Tom, what does this report really say about the Trump administration's plans to add those names to its so-called naughty list?
Well, they're building on this list. You've got more than 30 companies already before this report from Reuters that have been added to this list compiled by the US authorities. It's a list of companies that they say have links to the Chinese military, the People's Liberation Army or security services here. Now they're adding, according to Reuters, as you said, SMIC or SMIC, one of the leading chip and semiconductor makers here in China, but also CNOOC, which is an explorer and developer and producer of oil and gas here, one of the major energy companies in China. Those two, along with two other companies, will be added to that list, again, according to Reuters. And what it does is restrict funding then and investment from US investors into those companies. The US saying that what we've been seeing over the last few years is investment and money flows from the US going towards and helping to fund some of China's military and security ambitions, and they want to put a halt to that. But what it also does is build out this picture that we're seeing now, and it's been quite heavily reported that the Trump administration is very keen to lock in this tough on China policy before Biden and that administration takes over. And you're also seeing a dual-track approach, whether it's the regulators in the US, the Securities and Exchange Commission, or the House working on these plans to potentially delist Chinese companies. And we've also heard from reporting that as well sanctions may be put in place around the human rights abuses that many say is happening in Xinjiang. So there's a lot happening, and this builds on that picture.
And Tom, the UK government has essentially called Huawei a giant security risk. Tell us about their plan to ban Huawei gear and I guess whether or not it's going to upset Beijing.
Oh, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed to upset Beijing, absolutely. So the details we have then is that from September, the end of September 2021, the UK will ban the installation of Huawei equipment in the telecoms equipment networks there. And what this does is it builds on a commitment by the UK back in July to ban the purchasing of Huawei equipment from end of December, January of 2021, and for a total and complete ban of all Huawei equipment by 2027. But it's likely now to accelerate the moves by the telecom majors like BT and others that operate in the UK to shift away and to shift to the likes of Nokia and Ericsson, because they had been stockpiling, that is the view, some Huawei equipment. Now that they're going to be banned from installing it from September of next year means that they're likely to accelerate that shift. So it's going to be a costly move for those telecom equipment or telecom providers, the telcos in the UK. But there's been pressure domestically from the Conservative Party, ranks of members of Parliament who have been pushing for this, but also, of course, internationally from the Trump administration. So those two levels of pressure, it seems, have led to this much more aggressive stance or tougher stance from the UK government, which back in January, by the way, had said that Huawei could have a minimal role. They've changed that view very significantly.